here we are on the main deck of the Y85, and as you can see, in the wheelhouse. Really quite an advancement on our previous boats. Again, fully integrated glass bridge, incorporating Garmin or Raymarine, whichever the preference, but also you're moving into your ship management system, which is the bonning, which is this screen here and this screen here. And what that does is it enables you to control all the ship's systems, and that's from freshwater, AC, DC power, as well as being able to control all the lights around the boat. Really nice bit of kit. Air conditioning, so you can get a nice bit of cold air into you. Obviously you've got thrusters here, which are variable speed and hydraulic, and then you've got your throttles right near. Seats are on, nice armrests, so you can spend a decent amount of time here, passage planning or underway. These are electric, so they move forward and back as well as up and down. And then outboard I have a pop-out door to give you access to the foredeck for the crew, or if you like to bring the boat in on the throttles from this station, you can see all the way aft. Big window, so good visibility here. Double wipers on each side to clear when you're taking on any water. Chart drawer underneath, as well as a small unit to be able to put here. Extra power sockets there for chart plotters or iPhones or whatever you need. And then move into quite a nice area for the guests to enjoy, or is often used as an area for the captain to do his notes and his chart work. Drop window in the corner to allow a bit of fresh air in if need be, but really good integrated bridge here. We have a sliding door, so once the door is pushed across, it gives the crew the ability to pilot at night if the guests are enjoying themselves. And then move out into the guest area. Good sized day head, lots of natural light coming in there, so it doesn't feel like a small space at all, but saves the guests having to go down to the guest accommodation. Staircase down to the lower accommodation shed. That nice glass bulkhead there gives you plenty of light, so when people go down, you're not going down into a dark hole. Let's check out the galley. So it's really almost a discredit to call this a galley. It is a kitchen. You've got lots of space, plenty of lockers for offshore ice maker, as you can see here. We've got a dishwasher, obviously oven and cooktop here. Great light to see what you're doing and to make sure you're not feeling too claustrophobic. On this boat we've gone for the optional wine cooler, but you've got this nice section here so you can put coffee machines ready for the stewardesses or the stewards to serve. Overhead height microwave oven, and then as all Y boats we have the sub-zero refrigerator, so plenty of space there, as well as the integrated freezer drawers underneath. Now you've got a separate crew access here, so that pop-out door, so you've got two on the boat, obviously one in the helm and one here to allow the crew to move freely instead of having to interrupt the guests. But really well thought out, good galley space. As we come back down, you've got actually a separate partition here, so the person moves up and down, so the whole galley can be concealed from guest view, so the crew can get on and cook should they need to, or when it's dropped down you can actually turn that into a bar. Come into the saloon, nice spacious area behind us. Two bar stools can be ordered there should you want to, which really reiterates what a useful, versatile area we have here. AV underneath the saloon there, and then into your expansive seating. Obviously here we have the dining room table. Now you can put more chairs here because this table expands out, so you can get up to 10 people eating. If I just nip in behind you here, we have quite a nice little bar unit. So underneath, nice drinks fridge, and then storage for your glasses underneath here. And then into the saloon, big windows, as always, large sliding back door, so you really have that inside-outside feeling. Big 55-inch TV, obviously hidden away out of view when you don't need it, but pops up when you want to have that movie night, with all the AV nicely concealed out of sight. So back onto the aft deck of the Y85, and as you can see, this is a colossal space. From the threshold of the saloon all the way to the back of the boat, you can see plenty of space to entertain your clients here. You've got a couple of occasional chairs to go here, no problem at all. To utilise a coffee table as it is at the moment, or if you fold it out, got plenty of room for your guests to have a full meal out here in the sunshine. Now, here we have a staircase up to the Flybridge, nice and wide steps, good purchase on solid stainless steel railing there, as well as a lock underneath those stairs for storing anything like shoes or what may be needed. Nice servery, refrigeration, so you can serve your guests with colder beverages, and move it over some storage under here. Just a nice little unit to help aid looking after clients out here or guests. Moving on to the side, on the port side we have our third wing station. Throttles, thrusters, as well as our anchors and our engine controls. Really nice. So centre line of the Flybridge is where the main helm position is. Bridge is on the starboard side, port side here, so all areas covered. Moving back, controls for your passerelle and your bathing platform, and obviously your bits. So you got your windlass, cleats, and then storage for your life raft is kept under there on both sides. And then we'll go down onto one of the best places, the bathing platform. And obviously this is hydraulic. Now the benefits of a hydraulic bathing platform aren't just the fact you can launch your 550 kilogram tender, which is what this one's capable of, but it's also many reasons why you have a boat. You know, this is where you can swim from, where kids can dive from. You can lower it down, put a parasol on here, put the deck chairs in and enjoy the view. We're very lucky today. Obviously Plymouth isn't always like this, so you know, some days like this where having the boat and having a large bathing platform come into their own. More practical sense is we've got entrance to the crew cabin as well. So they can actually also go into the engine room from here, but this would be their day-to-day entrance. And then on the other side we have a good storage locker, so fenders, ropes, warps, wetsuits, life jackets. A rain shower integrates into the deck here, so you can have a proper shower when you get out from swimming, as well as a smaller, more occasional shower that's kept in the locker there. Good wide staircases, obviously on both sides. It doesn't feel like you're going up a set of steps. You are going up a staircase onto the aft deck, and obviously nice wide side decks up to the foredeck. Let's go and have a look up there. So now we move up onto the foredeck of the Y85, and as you can see, another great space. Plenty of big, deep seats in here. You know, lots of support when you get underneath here. I'm a little guy, but you can imagine, great space, lots of support underneath those legs. What's quite nice is that drop-down feature. So when you're sat here, you can really lie back and relax. Of course, integrated name audio stereo system up here. From a practical point of view, you've got big wing lockers, so two large openings either side, so you can drop your fenders in there, as well as having an extra to find those lost bits. Entrance there, to the cubby hole under there. Nice little coffee table there, so should you need to sit up here with drinks, you can do. And an option is to have this as a fold-up section, so you can sit here, lean back and have a conversation with your guests. Really quite a nice area. Try and keep the starting cues going, so a nice angled bit of wood there, or teak, integrated with the paint, just to give it that rich feel, as well as some stainless steel cup holders. As I said before, moving down, you've got deep, oval, chunky stainless steel sections, and what you might be able to notice is these little nodules here. We have 4 poles that you can go outboard here to create a nice shaded area. So they stock into the deck, clip onto the little knob here, 4 on either side to give a real nice sort of Bedouin style shade up on the foredeck. And then to the business end. 2 anchors on this boat. This client's gone for the stainless steel ones. 110 kilos by the look at, 50 kilos here, 80 kilos on the other side. 2 winches, and then obviously fairly cavernous lockers here. Similar to our other boats, you have your windlass control stored in one, as well as your capstan handle, and then access to your anchor chain underneath the other. Line for leads, just to let the lines go out of the boat, stop it rubbing on the GRP or to the forward section, and of course your pennant. And then looking aft, you get a great view and great communication with your friends, captain or guests up on the Flybridge. Yeah, well, welcome to the stateroom of the Y85, currently the flagship of the Y range. It will be superseded in a few years' time by the Y95, but until that point, this is the biggest Y boat you can buy. Typical of all Princesses is obviously our big brother windows in the stateroom. Lots of natural light coming in there, which covers this area, which is nice as a dressing table. So you've got a vanity unit with mirror underneath, lit from above as well, so you're not relying on that natural light. Customer choice of chairs in here, so you can choose whatever style you like. And as you come around, again, trademark, you've got your AV in there, which will control your TV, your stereo system, and obviously a bit of storage there. Nice little features. This boat was one of the first ones that took on the new design cues that Sarah Veri worked on, our creative design director. Quite subtle, going away from lots of wood to more soft fabrics, but still keeping some nice lit wood as a feature. And then you move aft into full wardrobes. So full hanging height there. You've got an optional safe unit, and then 2 double mirror doors drawers underneath, storage above, and then little cubby hole on the side there. Underneath the bed, as with all Princesses, you have drawer storage, so you can get to that both sides. So unlike on some of the other boats where it's in front of the bed, these come out of the sides. These are lovely floating side tables, and obviously your controls. Now on the Y85 we have controls to the lights, which are all scene set, so you can have for evening, to leave on at night if you like a bit of low level lighting. And indeed you've got your controls here for your blinds, electric blinds on either side. As we walk over, we've got a really nice area here which can be utilised as more storage, or as they've done on this boat, you can have a nice sofa area. Underneath is two more storage areas. Again, trying to eke out as much storage from these boats as we can to make them as livable as possible. Coming through, you have your ensuite. Historically, we had the entrance through the walk-in wardrobe. Now you have the door here, which gives us the ability to have a separate cubicle for the toilet, or WC. You've got twin sinks as normal, plenty of storage, and then outboard you have that amazing rain shower shower unit with taking advantage of the views. Okay. Big 55-inch TV, so you've got great view from when you're in bed, connected to the surround sound obviously. More controls to your air conditioning and your lighting, so this is all scene selection. These are repeated down next to the beds. And then we move out into the foyer where we have more storage should you want it, but also this could be separate washer dryers. You get washer dryers in the crew cabin as well as standard, but you can have them here if you need to. And let's go and take a look in the guest accommodation forward. So the Y85 is a 4-cabin boat. So you've got your master ensuite, and then you've got your 3 guest cabins. We're going to take a look at the Queen first. So we come in, and first thing you notice is that big bar window there, letting that light in and giving your guests that view. Opening portholes, plenty of storage that we've tried to utilise outboard, as well as carrying on that design feature of the bars and the 20-degree in the fabrics there. Nice bedside tables, storage underneath this bed. Should you want to have a TV, it would go just on this bulkhead here, just above the vanity unit. And forward you have your ensuite, heated towel rail should you want it, and then really nice feature, the outboard shower, so you can take advantage of those views. Now opposite we have the twin. These beds can slide together as an option should you want to make a double, or you can keep them as twins. More carry on of that design. Bar window, overhead lockers above there, storage under both beds, and that is accessible both sides, whether it's open or shut. Full height wardrobes, and then moving into the ensuite again. This time we've got the shower on the inboard side, head on the outboard. Before we get into the VIP, you've got good storage under there. So trying to utilise again, that will also give you access to your bilges as well. And then up into always my favourite part of the boat, but this is great space. Full height wardrobe, so your important guests don't feel short-changed on board here. Nice vanity unit. Those lovely knife windows that go forward on each side, that give you that beautiful sea vista. Again, storage everywhere, above your eye level, low level, big storage underneath each of the sides of the bed, and then obviously your ensuite. So here we are on the Flybridge of the Y85, on the aft section of it, where you can really take appreciation of this balcony of the sea, really. Nice glass section, so if you do have sun lounges up here, you can see straight out of the back of the boat. Lovely spot to be. Now you can put your tender up here, and this client has actually chosen to go for the optional davit, or you can just have loose furniture. Forward of that, you come into a nice sun lounger, which has storage underneath it for all those covers and bits and bobs, as well as drinks holder on the far side. Underneath the hard top to give you some nice shade, I'll go around to the bar. Another real nice entertaining area. Integrated double grill underneath here, as well as plenty of refrigeration. So you've got your fridge, your ice maker, storage, obviously hot and cold water, and then a nice bar to stand here and entertain. Opposite here, you can have stools here should you want to, so it becomes a bit more of a party atmosphere. And then you have the table. Pull out central section so you can have it as a dining table or as optional coffee tables, and then move forward into forward section. Again, trying to integrate these lovely details, so plenty of teak inlays, drinks holders everywhere, cutaways to try and make the furniture look a lot lighter, and then down into a nice day bed, double helm station, another day bed on the other side, so your guests can be protected from the wind when they're underway. Good helm, 3 big screens up here, central one being in that Bonin screen again, good command station, obviously fantastic visibility. And then on this boat we have the hard top, which has the integrated glass sections which let lots of natural light in. You can also have that as a solid section, or indeed you can have it as louvers, so you can have it as shade or open depending on how you want to use. But on a day like today in Corsan Bay, it really is a wonderful place to be.
Here we are in the engine room of the Princess Y85, and I'm on the centre line with the MAN V12 diesel engines, 1900 horsepower each side of me. They deliver a top speed on this vessel between 30 and 32 knots depending on the specification, and as you can see they really don't hinder the space here in the engine room. I've got ample space above me here and above the engines as well. Outboard of the engines you've got the 2 holding tanks for diesel fuel, with the day tank on the centre line and the bilge behind me, and the total fuel capacity on this boat is 11,000 litres. On the forward bulkhead, on the centre line here, you've got the automatic fire suppression system, which has its own manual override as well, with distribution panels for DC electricity on the starboard side and AC electricity on the port side. All easy to hand, sealed away behind those panels there. Underneath the bilge space here, again, we've got tread plates in all of the floors, so you've got plenty of easy access for servicing and maintenance as you'd expect to see on any of the Princess range. And as we move aft, you'll see on the back of each engine there is a fuel polishing system, which is another feature that it really pushes the specification of the Y class. Outboard to starboard, we've got the house battery bank up on the top of that frame there. Underneath is the exhaust muffler for the starboard engine. And then forward on the side of the fuel tank there, we have 2 DC battery chargers along with the inverter for the audio-visual system. On the port side above the exhaust muffler, we've got an optional water maker. The water capacity on this boat is 1,500 litres, so plenty of freshwater capability for extended cruising on this vessel. Aft in the engine room here, you've got 2 generators on this boat. One generator comes with the Y85 as standard, and that's 27 kilowatt generator, with an additional mounted above as an option. And again, you can see here you've got your fuel water separators, seawater strainers and seacocks, all easy to hand for daily checks and servicing. I'm now moving over towards the starboard side of the engine room, through the watertight door into the crew area. So this is the door, as you can see, plenty of headroom to come through, and seals closed with a viewing port in the top for easy inspection of the engine room when you're coming down here for your engine room checks underway. Now, one really nice upgrade when you move into the Y85 from its smaller models in the Y class range is the double access into the crew. So you've got a staircase down from the starboard side deck, which functions great when either the boat's berthed and you want to give the guests some privacy in the saloon, or you just want a safer access down here for engine room checks or crew access underway. And then as we move through the crew area, behind these doors here, you have a washing machine down below and separate drying machine above. And on the starboard side here, we've got 2 berths in this cabin. And again, as you can see, I'm stood in here quite comfortably with plenty of space. Behind me is a full hanging storage locker. You've got an opening port light with a large window around it for great natural light and ventilation in this cabin. And the 2 berths offer plenty of room with great access to the top berth and individual reading lights for both berths. All the cabins down here are also air conditioned separately. You've got a good kitchenette down here as well, with a 150 litre fridge underneath the counter here, with sea securing lock on the front. And then again, a step up from the boat below this in the Y class range, you've got a wash basin and then microwave convection oven above, with again more storage above and more storage to the port side and underneath as well. Over here on the port side is a shared bathroom for all of the crew members, again with good headroom in the separate shower stall, and again opening port light, which is a really nice upgrade from the Y78. You can naturally ventilate this bathroom with ease. aft of the bathroom on the port side, I'm now in the other crew cabin, which comes with a single berth as standard and a second berth as an option. So you've got the ability to accommodate 4 crew very, very comfortably on the Y85. And again, as you can see, plenty of room in here, plenty of head height, equal space in the berths and ample storage underneath and in this hanging locker right behind me. You've also got 2 full standing height mirrors for the crew when they're getting ready for work in the morning. And then to finalise here in the crew, you've got a really good sized dinette with a folding leaf table, which makes it really easy to get in, but then gives you plenty of space to sit down and have a meal for 2, possibly 3 if you were to have a loose stool down here as well. Behind me is also a really good cubby for storage, and that accommodates an AV system should you choose to specify one down here, with the option for a 32-inch television on the bulkhead opposite me here. So great little space for the crew to enjoy at the end of a hard day out on the water. And as you can see at the aft end of the crew, we've got 4 decent sized steps up to the transom door, which leads out to the bathing platform where the tender gets mounted on the Y85. So to summarise on the Y85, you've got a really good performing boat with plenty of volume, both for guests and for crew. The crew being aft gives you that level of privacy that the guests would appreciate, and also gives the crew a really good volume space to live in for extended periods out on the water, cruising further afield, which is one of the key attributes to the Y-class range.
I hope you've enjoyed the tour of the Y85, a worthy flagship of the Y-class for Princess. You know, from those 4 double cabins downstairs, all en suite, to that really beautiful saloon and that up-down section of the galley to make it into a bar or the concealed galley, back to that expansive aft deck, and of course an amazing swimming platform right up here to the Flybridge. Now, if you'd like any more information on this boat, please get in contact with your local dealer, and they'll be able to answer any questions you may have and talk about availability and when you can get yours.